Phonics screening is carried out with Year 1 children in June, the summer term. Sealed papers are sent out to all schools 1 week before the assessments are carried out by the Department for Education. And it is a light touch assessment according to the Department for Education, which could also mean it's not terribly deep and meaningful. Children are assessed individually using sheets of papers like this. These are printouts of the practice sheets for the 2015 assessment. And children have to read these words to the teacher without any guidance or assistance. And they can do that either by saying the sound and then blending them to make the word, or by saying the word straight away if they recognise it. So, for example, they could read this as some, or they could recognise it and immediately say some, and either way would be correct. What wouldn't be correct would be for them to just leave it with the individual sounds. They have to make it into the word. Some of the words on the sheets appear like this, and they have this little symbol next to them. And that means that these are not real words. These are made up, random words that have been put into the assessment to see if the children can say and blend phonics. They don't help in judging whether a child can read a word in context. And I've quite often had children with this, for example, try to make it into a real word by reading it as to, when actually it should be read in the assessment as ought. Each of those words gets 1 point in the assessment. There are 40 words altogether, and when all the assessments have been carried out, the results are sent to the local authority, and the Department for Education will then set the pass mark. Typically, in the last few years, this has been 32 correct words out of 40. Then you'll be informed of which children passed the assessment, and that information will be passed on to all parents, usually at the end of the academic year as part of their academic report for the year end. If a child does not pass that assessment, they will need to retake it again at the end of year 2. It's really important that when you get that result, you discuss it with the class teacher. Children who don't pass it may have not passed it for various reasons. They may have missed the pass mark by 1 point. They may have been having an uncomfortable day. They may not have been focused. The format of the assessment may have been very confusing to them. And the teacher will have a much broader picture of their ability. They'll have done other phonics assessments throughout the year, and they'll have read with them a great deal in context. So do make sure you speak to the teacher if you have any concerns about your children's phonic assessment.